Welcome back to the stream. So today we'll be continuing on with the main scenario quest of Final Fantasy XIV. Last time we left off, I believe we had kinda discovered a way that we might defeat Ascians with. And I'm pretty sure we were supposed to get some type of news from the Charlian land, about what happened to the Science Associates, the students of Baldissian. So, we're just going to jump and hop right into the action. Last time, I did not really pick up the main scenario quest, so we're just gonna do it right now. Guardian of Eorzea. Also, before we move any further, there it is. Here are the commands for Fantasy Fight Live, if that is something you want to check out. Alright. Now, the matter of Ramuh has for the present been put to rest. There is something I would show you, wind up. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzea Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. Oh, neat. Hey, it's a Kiwi. How's it going, friend? It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals. Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mughal the 12th, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Much appreciate the alert, by the way. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. Yes, that's me. Nobody else among your number faced any of them anyway. I am doing well. A bit tired. Finally Friday. I had a long week. So I am glad it is over and I get to relax and game a bit. So that is making me happy. Very happy. Yeah, you had a long week too, huh? Yeah, I hear ya. You work the weekend? Oh no. Thankfully I finished up all the homework that was due during the weekend, so I kinda saved myself there. That's probably why I am a bit more tired than usual, because I wanted to have some fun during the Halloween weekend, even though I'm probably not gonna do much. But still, it's a good feeling. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. Obviously, for me, I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done in the course of your duties. You have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, wind up, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. My presence doesn't really account to much considering my, how should I put this politely? My potato-ness? I don't understand what she's talking about. But okay. Guess I'll take the compliment. Pray, do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm till such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without the encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And whose fault is that? Potato-ness. Yes, that is a new word. It shall be written in all the dictionaries across all the realms and all of whatever. So, yes, now you have learned a new word exclusive from Shiro. You're welcome. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. I think a greater gift would be to relax a bit, maybe. Just maybe, you know? That we have the courage to I was about to say have the courage to be legendary. Gosh darn it, Kel. Alright. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. I'm pretty sure the list of enemies have greatly decreased ever since I came, since I've probably offed half of them. Of the sylphs of little Solus, who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans, who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Ribbon's Soul. Honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. I'm pretty sure the varied talents and far-reaching, the very talents that the Scions are equipped with are pray Shirogami come here and kill this guy. Although technically later on they do more work. Yeah, I guess they do have many talents. I guess the most talented of them would be, of course, our little tater friend, Tataru. Taru. Wait, Taru? Isn't that... That's the cousin of the potato. But it's close enough. Thancred is talented as a floor tank. You got that one thing right. Yes, that is why I kinda doubt. I'm like, well, half the time they're either calling for help or just on the floor. But that's mostly Thancred that's on the floor. So I don't see how they have many talents, but then again, Oriange is fluent in Old English, Shakespearean English. It reminds me of when I used to study English back in Egypt. That was a time. Also, voicing him is bittersweet in a sense where it's hard to kind of like go at it, but if you are the right amount of drunk slash tired slash whatever it is you are that gets you silly, it can be fun. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Alfiano wishes to go on a trip. He's gonna go search for his sister. Alfiano, I take it the troubles in UL'DAH no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. This is a report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. Oh, I know what he's talking about. I have a message for you from You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing? Why didn't you just continue on with her name? Dude, come on. I guess he's shy to show that he's made a new friend. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Dude, just wow. Why, Alfiano, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. He is very pompous. All he needs... Well, he doesn't really need anything. He's already super focused. Nothing would make it more so. Alright, mind up. You have been away from Reverend Soul for some time now. I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Did I hit the wall? Am I going to be forced to do Crystal Tower now? Which reminds me, one of the gentlemen children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. Nah, maybe not. We'll see. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Everybody's so formal. Alright. I'm about to hit the wall, probably, and if I do, I'll probably need some help climbing up said wall. And not because I'm short, well, that's probably it, but for other reasons too, that will not be discussed. Ah, who am I kidding? It's because I'm short. Look, it's Mr. Windup. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. By the critically acclaimed game Final Fantasy XIV, and you could live through that battle. Like, it's not that. Oh wait, you're a kid. Ask your father to buy it for you. I'm pretty sure there's a Google tombstone somewhere with the information for 14. You could go. Yoshi P's probably wandering somewhere. I mean, the minstrel outside in the tavern probably is Yoshi P anyway. I'm not short, I am fun size. No, I'm short. Stubby, short, pudgy. I guess, well, fun size may be it. That might be it, yeah. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too. So we finally formed our very own Doman's Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Mr. Windup? Maybe you could show us how you fought the Primal. I don't think that's a... How am I gonna... What... I mean, I guess I could stab Thancred. He's always gonna be on the floor anyway. What's all this commotion then? Oh, it's big guy. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonant. Do you know that Mr. Windup is back? Alright, I think I need to, roughen my voice a bit, since Boulder. So it would seem. Welcome home, Windup. Well, that's too rough. I'll just stick with with the, one voice fits all theme. I guess that's good enough. So it would seem. Welcome home, Windup. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. He seems like he would talk a little bit like Oriange, that Holtonant fellow. Or Coltonant. I am already forgetting his name. That's how bad at names I am. I'm known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonant. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman youngling in the art of combat. Ah, I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. It's Akel! Hey, Akel, how's it going? We were just totally not talking about you. No, totally not. And we were just asking Mr. Windup if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Listening to Sid whine at the imps? Yeah, that's what he usually does. Oh, you are in the castrum. fun. I think I'm almost at the crystal tower wall, which I'm gonna need people so I could climb on top of their shoulders if I'm gonna scale that wall. Well, you've recently been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Wind-Up? Demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Are you sure about that, Boulder? Right, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you are merely seeking to test yourself against the legend. Ah, well, mayhaps. I am. But the matters. But what matters the motive when the children tend to learn so much from the lesson? He's doing it for the kids. For the kids. What say you, Wind Up? Would you consent to spar with me? Hurrah! We're here to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. You're in the longer of those two. You're in the Praetorium. Well, have fun. Beating Gaius out of his Super Saiyan form and everything. Do not try to disappoint them, Have faith, Golden. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. Do you really think it's gonna be like that? The field to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. It definitely is worth the level a run. Plus, for me, what would make it more worth it is the actual tombstones you get for it. I think that's either 8 or 10. 10 for Praetorium, 8 for the regular castrum, like Meridianum. Also what? You discover that if you get it through the roulette. Yes, that is something I like. You get the tombstones, you get everything, because the tombstones are per the duty itself. No matter if you get it through the actual roulette or not, you're gonna get the tombstones when you finish that particular thing. That is an awesome feature that I absolutely love. Only downside to it is the ones that I want to do, I probably won't get through regular through queuing regularly. Words are hard. That is why I kind of pick and choose what I want to do. But yeah, definitely I love that feature. And hey, Nal, how's it going, friend? Well, it's good of you to agree to this wind-up. I trust you are ready to begin. Sure, why not? Let's split a boulder in half. Ordering food. Nice. Mr. Popo, can you lend me the magic carpet? Making toast. Darn. Toaster pops. Butter in the toast. Very well, let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hooray. Or Hori. Are you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is wind up, you face. Are they gonna gang up on me? What better way to test my mettle? Pray, allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, it was this hero's legend that led me to join the science to begin with. Without wind up to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Dude, I think it's due to your genetics that you're this big of a warrior. Okay, I'm not gonna continue with that. The point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. He is a paladin, but I guess he's a warrior in the sense of he goes to war. Hello, you haven't begun yet. Who wants to join in? Oh. I think this was Thancred's idea. UL'DAH? What? Who are all these people? I think they started to sell tickets. When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find, though I thought you could use the crowd to cheer you on. Thancred's gonna be like, yes, and I charged them 10 gil a ticket. Maybe he made it 100. He would do that. I would totally see him do that. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Wind-Up's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. He didn't say he didn't sell any tickets at this point still. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. I'm a master spearsman! Where do you see the sword on my hilt, son? If you can see the sword on my hilt, I will let you have it. I ain't no swordsman. You can win, Mr. Oh, he was talking about Mr. Boulder. Well, that was embarrassing. We shall soon see. On your guard. Let me take a sip of water before we start. Ah, much better. Colton the Cultured. Are you sure you wanna... Sure you want a piece of this, boy? He just healed himself. Hey, I thought I was out of that. Oh well. Potato strikes again. You... You have bested me. I yield. Well, I didn't need to let out a huge cheer. That was incredible! He beat them both at the same... Not at the same time. Okay, then I beat them both at the same time. I knew you couldn't lose. Wind up. None can defeat the guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Is that a black mage? I mean a red mage that was up front. Was that little Lalafell girl a red mage? Did somebody clip that? Did somebody see that? Am I losing my mind? I kinda am at this point, maybe. Impressive as always, wind up. It is ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. I don't think we have that title in game. If we do, I'll probably wear it right now. I'll check. If we don't, Yoshi P. Huge missed opportunity. But you have some other awesome titles, so I guess I could let it slide this time. Do you recall when first we met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartano. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand the land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans foolish and childish people, considering the shambles their home was in. I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. Delegate a single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, and the nations too self-involved and unstable. Maybe's not good enough. No, I'm just kidding. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me the countless acts of bravery. Not what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. 'Twas the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the science of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Asians is a new expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. His sword is clipping through his armor. That is lovely. Alright, let's see, it should be under profile. I am a gambler because that's the only title that I have, apparently. Okay. I shall wait for other titles to appear. Thank you for coming, Wind Up. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. No, you know what we should be? Should be killing chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Let's go, mate. You wish to kill chaos, but you hate chaos. Chaos killed your pet dog, or I do not remember how the video went, but it was some nonsense like that. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the seventh astral era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution will be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Or impetus, probably, is how it was pronounced. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. And also, being a primarily, you get the word, primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But, as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. This new company under the Scion's command, however, will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties, without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. Tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey so you could waste time with me. That's what you want to say, isn't it? And attend to the business of recruiting our I cannot speak today. Inaugural members, while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. It is reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Okay. Our first destination will be LIMSALOMINSA. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Do you really have to go to Limsa? That place is scary. Alright, I guess I have no choice. Was right on top. Why did I go all the way down there? Alright, where did I need to go? Zealous Yellow Jacket. Out of the blue. I don't know what you're talking about. What you want. But here's Alpino. This is what I need to do. Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Lofiswin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchments, I'd have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, never to spread word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for the potential members, tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution. Only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it, and you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet up at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Alright, so it wants me to go to the upper decks. You're at the ultimate speech. You're at the devastation that was not his intention. Now I might get on in a few. Sure. Wait. I do not want to be. Oh, I kind of want to be a culinarian. I already am technically a culinarian, just not here. Highway robbery. That came from the jeep. Okay, so it's the ass castle that I need to go to after this. Oh, the very glib. Where in the Japanese version, he doesn't really say how very glib. Oh god, what did he say? And do you really believe? He just went to, and do you truly believe? Do you truly believe part? Or so, do you really? So tell me, or something along those lines. He doesn't say how very glib. So the food in game looks more appetizing than in real life. That is true. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity, I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens, well, know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. We all know who Carvillain is, anyway. Right? At this point? Kinda. I know. That's because I played the game. Semiquote, a great Findarian monk. Perhaps the true question is, what is worth fighting for? This is very wise of you, Kiwi Birdie. Master Alfino's new organization. Yes, I've heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, protection of LIMSALOMINSA must needs receive my full attention. Hey, that's fair, Rainer. Alright, yes, castle. Whoa. Alright, I think this is good enough. Just started to rain and I had the window open, so I just needed to adjust it so I don't get wet. I don't think this lady's gonna want to join. Nah, who in the bloody hell do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in China plate. You're looking for a self-righteous fluff, try knocking on the dandy Carboline's door. I think that's how she would talk. I'm pretty sure that's how she would talk. Also, how the heck is that a restaurant? Technically really not a restaurant, but it is. You kinda get what it actually is when you start playing through the culinarian storyline. Pretty curious to United Eorzea Grand Company, hmm? I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibilities here at NALD and Vlymilis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skill as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. I thought as much. Why did I even go to ask that person? I cannot jump over these. Why? I should be able to. Alright. I think there was a pirate group in this area. No. Oh yes, there is. These are all lining up to be a pirate. I was going to say that I have an eye patch. I want to see him fly, Captain, and this is the captain that makes people fly. Are you hoping to join our crew? You'll have to walk in the back of the line and await your turn with these others. Perhaps the captain will like your face. Perhaps he'll pitch you over the wall. There are many more willing to risk his fickle favor for a chance to serve on Limlian's most beloved ship. Can I jump down there? Probably cannot. Well, if it ain't wind up, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek a shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Riol, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes. She whistles at Bronze Lake. It ain't often I drag me arse out to LIMSA for a drink. But I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days, lad? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work. Sounds like a right lark it does. Alrighty, lad, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Rio, the OG. Now I need to find... The F Castle, of course, is gonna be the closest. I need to find a teleportation aether current. Oh, the lag is real. Oh, I totally zoned out right there. Alright, airship landing. Oh hey, right next to Alpino. Wind up, your recruitment went well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of LIMSALOMINSA. A member of the legendary company peers indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. you could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. Can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seer proceeds as smoothly. If I continue on to Britannia at your own pace, I shall await your arrival at Naupaka's altar. Alright, return. Naupaka's altar. I think that's right in front of the conjurer. I went to the wrong place. No, this should be the right place. Yes. What did you do? Nightbot just went haywire on you. LIMSALOMINSA. I really need to fix the cap thing. I'll probably look into it soonish. Where I like at least like have the limit a bit higher. My audience for the Elder Seer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see the task of recruitment here in Britannia. Should you deem the potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Alright. So, one at the amphitheater. One at Epical Falls, one right behind it, and one at Lancer's Guild. Okay, my course is set. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I could, have Nightbot be a little bit more forgiving with the whole caps situation. Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Could it be that you don't remember me? It was I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscarin's. Yes, now I remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to remember if Gowl had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Britannia? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matter stands, the Woodwillers will have not more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. I've been stole, you say? I shall leave at once. Shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. I thought he was gonna run. Apparently not. And apparently I'm too short to jump over the fence. Eorzea. Does this Mikote look a little bit familiar to people? That is because she is familiar if you play the Summoner storyline. And she looks like somebody we know. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest here. Your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, wind-up, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why? You were barely more than a novice adventurer, then. But look how far you've come. Mother Mion tells me 'twas you who felt the fearsome black wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I spent my entire adventuring career toward. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildori safely home. We'll just call him Isildori. And I doubt this guy will join. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. May forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I am sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear the responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. I knew you were not going to join. I don't know why my two considered even asking that guy. Don't think he's actually physically capable anymore. Well, he might probably be, if Master Roshi is any indication. It's always the old anime masters that are super OP. Not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited. This company of yours certainly stands to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such a time as your organization is more organized. Okay. Airship landing. What news, Wind Up? For my part, the Elder Statesman was most amenable to our requirements. A former woodwiller and a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into UL'DAH while the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alright, and... UL'DAH. Because from there I could just teleport to the Aethernet shard in the Royal Promenade. Not have to run all the way from wherever that is. Although I'm pretty sure the airship landing would have taken me there too. Chamber. UL'DAH, the gilded city where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Wind Up. Good hunting. So let's see. Probably at the Gladiators Guild I could start. From there I could travel to the Miners Guild. And the rest should be like running distance. It was Gladiators first. well read. Wait, you're the man who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Anyway, that disaster really got me thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated and about to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am. Is he really on top of that thing? Awesome, Kane. Awesome. New company of champions. And you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Okay, now to the Miners Guild. Alright, looks like the rain has stopped for a bit, so I can open the window a tad bit. Oh, what a happy coincidence. You remember me, perhaps? I am Orson of the Church of St. Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from prying on Drybone's less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek, then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Oh, hey, there's a blue mage. Let me run away from him. What am I gonna do with a weaver? What am I gonna do with Yellow Moon? I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashion manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady's already spoken for. But, I don't want to even... What? Why? What in the world do I have to drink, eat, or how many sleepless nights do I have to stay up for me to think that that lady would be a good candidate? Now see, that guy, I could kind of see. Ain't naught for you here but a knife in the gut. How friendly. Have you come to tell me the news, soldier? Well, I've already heard it. Seems that would-be savior of UL'DAH's refugees went and got himself killed. And not by your hand. It was just as much a pawn as the hapless cast-offs he sought to deceive, eh? That's not why you're here. You'd be surprised what rumors drift down to the Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I go to avoid getting involved with it. Wow. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Are we recruiting with syndicate money? I'm pretty sure Alfino's personal bank is has more worth than the entire syndicate. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next all over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. That's a very fair point, Mr. Sintagot. Alright, Chamber of Rules. How fared you wind up? What hidden gems did the streets of UL'DAH offer up to your unrelenting gaze? Think we got only one single Alamigan youth? Well, they've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. I would like to hope so. I have done much and more. Thank you, Windup. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my child company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secured. Where did the finances come from? There is not to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all. But even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. Oh, I have overjudged his family coffers, I guess. And as the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn the people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone and pour it in. That was a pun, wasn't it? Fine, I'll let it slide. Oh, it seems so peaceful. Also, just a heads up, if this is gonna be voiced, I will be muting myself to let the awesome voice actors do their job. Which I'm pretty sure it is.
Laoban, アルフィノの動き、あれをどう思う？
グランドカンパニーエオルゼアに向けた第一歩として先行統一組織を設立するという話ですか？アルテマウェポンという共通の敵を前にまとまりかけていた統一グランドカンパニーの話も遅々として進んでおりませんからな。さまざまな問題を抱える現状を考慮すればアルフィノ殿が先導し再びきっかけを作ったことは喜ばしいことではありませんか。
表で協力を謳いながら裏では争いを続けている。どこの国もウルダ派と同じか。ラウバーン、わらわはあの組織をあまりよく思っておらんのじゃ。あれには各国のグランドカンパニーの精鋭たちも参加し、武力に特化した組織となっておろう。暁の管理下とはいえ危険ではなかろうか。それにな、あの組織の設立にサカツ州から資金提供があったことが気がかりなのじゃ。いつ奴らの私兵となるやもしれん。
しかしながら七モ様、我らは暁に蛮神問題を肩代わりさせてきました。戦力増強を求める彼らの声を無視することもできますまい。加えて 資金提供はサカツ州のみにあらず、九段のサカツ州からの資金もノロリトラを通していないきれいな金です。それにあの冒険者がいる暁なのです。間違った方向に走ることはないでしょう。
そう、あの者たちならばな。しかし人は移ろいゆくもの。その気はなくとも時の流れは人の意志すら動かすのじゃ。荒野に舞う砂塵のようにな。テレジアデレジの剣、いかようにもならぬのか。
いろいろと手は尽くしましたが、今のこのウルダ派に奴を捕まえねばならぬ法がございません。無理に捕らえればそれこそ奴の思うツボ。これでは。
奴がしでかしたことは明確なのに捕まえることもできるのか。何が国家か、何が王家か。ファラオはなぜこう無力なのじゃ。
ナナモ様。
Well, that was something. I do not remember this scene that much, so I was kind of surprised to hear such emotions portrayed through that much. I don't know how the English version went. Pretty sure they portrayed the same exact emotions, probably. Where am I going? But I do not remember hearing the sound of crying. Or maybe that's just because it was a long time ago. But we now have a new target to kill. We must kill the person that made the voice actor of Tataru cry. And yes, the Sultana and Tataru share the same Japanese voice actor, which I think is amazing. Alright, enter the Solar. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. We must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Wind Up. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. Alright. Greetings, Wind Up. Alpino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Science shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Taro is cooperating with Alpino to see that all is in readiness. So, I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slapborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Could you speak with him and see if there is aught he requires? Alright. Heretical harassment. But that's Ishgard stuff. I mean, I guess a heretic from Ishgard could make his way here. What can I do for you, Wind-Up? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with the new arm of the Scions. Ah, I barely noticed your recruits arrive. Just barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have pass through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slapborn, the shipment. We couldn't... What? Gods, woman, what befell? We... we were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions, earmarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over into Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. They were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take a rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? What do you mean, what to do? Heretics are involved, and this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did the supplies originate? House for Temps. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Which means I'm gonna go. Wind-Up. We are not on good terms with the Knights of House for Temps. I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. I mean, that's why I'm here. To do stuff. Thank you for understanding. I am certain Lord Harshaphon will be glad of your assistance. Lord Harshaphon. Alright. Oh, hey, blizzards. Lovely. Cramped Dragon. I probably could have teleported. But since I'm already here, I'm just gonna fly there. I was hoping it would be more clear. But since there's a blizzard, I can't really see much. Baba Black Sheep. Oh well, if it isn't my fine friend, Wind-Up Shirogame. Would you care for a plate of roast caracal? Some old wine? No? Ah, I see I've come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant Soul, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. No, that's why I'm here. Ooh. So, Astrum set. That's a cool looking helm. I'm more curious as to what the actual set looks like. Because I do know what the Gloam set looks like, and I have it, or had it, on my main for a while.
なるほど。開拓団の件で訪ねてきたのだな。皆まで言うな。それだけ分かれば十分だ。開拓団。実に肉躍るたくましい響きではないか。しかもお前が参加しているとあらば、なおのこと。いい。モードナに一大拠点が築かれれば、彼女の帝国軍もクルザスへ介入しづらくなるだろう。加えて、お前には個人的な恩もある。これに協力しない道理はないと、本家に掛け合って支援物資を手配したのだがな。よりにもよって異端者に奪取されるとは。実は最近クルザスを根城とする異端者が組織化され、いささか手を焼いているのだ。異端者の頭目は氷の巫女と呼ばれる女。我々も調査を続けているが、本名すら暴けていない。異端者たちはその氷の巫女を聖女のように敬い、死も厭わずに行動しているようでな。奴らによる組織的な犯行が増えつつあるのだ。今のところこのキャンプへの実害は少ないが、ここより西方ではたびたび奴らが目撃されているらしい。ホワイトブリム全焼地ならば情報がつかめるかもしれんぞ。行ってみるか。そうかそうか。支援物資の件はいかんだが、季節してお前の汗が再びこの雪原にきらめく日が来たようだな。お前は以前よりも強靭になった。そしてうなずき一つから溢れるその揺るぎなき自信。いいぞ、ますます活躍から目が離せん。何か分かったらぜひ私にも知らせてくれ。この辺りは一段と冷えるからな。暖かいとこを用意して待っているぞ。
Eccentric? What do you mean, eccentric? Do you have any idea what he just said? Oh lord. So, he ain't... You've watched Zepla's video on Harshiphon and the Japanese translation for it, right? You have. You should have. If not, you should. And you'll understand why my tune made so many impressions as he did. Oh wait. He is so happy But he's happy because of something else. Wind up. Is there aught you'd ask of me? Pray speak plainly. I am a man of action and need no honeyed words. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess then that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly without warning and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. Heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this ice heart wields. The men we face seem utterly lost to the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhap you'd care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him into our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Alright, let's see what this merchant has to say. Oh, the infirmary's up the stairs. Why did I... where's the person? Oh. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I am quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly black hearts. I was traveling my usual route to wipe in front. Then, a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals. They were taking everything. It was then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Turn to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Huh, that's weird. I think I heard somebody. Oh well. Alright, search the wilds for the heretics. Behemoth domain. I need to try and do that. See if it pops up at some point and try and do it. There apparently is the King Behemoth fate here. Are these dead heretics? Oh yes, and dead soldiers. Draw your weapon, foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You're come seeking heretics. And we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of the raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have them cornered in this ravine. And yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. Ooh, scary. Well, I thought that was gonna be more, but apparently all they cared to voice in that scene was, You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage to the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best were we to return to Viper in front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillamont. So you can, formulate a plan, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to make a joke with Drillamont and have the word drill in the joke, but, that did not work. I'm gonna have to drill my head a little bit harder to find one. Yeah? Probably don't get it, guys. Oh well. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Mind up. It appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily. I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well to what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Harshaphon of your discoveries. I don't want to. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Oh hey, looks like somebody wants help killing a mud puppy. It so happens I'm going into kind of that direction. Well, I need to go to Camp Dragonhead. It's in the cave, so... Oh, that's, something else. Oh, hey, the super fade is up. The eyes have it. I'm assuming this person is there. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait and see if that person decides to, summon the mud puppy. Let's wave at them. Alright, so we'll take a slight detour to help this fat cat. A fat cat! I really want a fat cat minion or a mount. At some point I'll get it. I think that's the white mage. That didn't take long. Alright, I don't have the regular bow, so I'm just gonna politely bow. Alright. Nobody's attempting that, so I'm not gonna bother with trying at that. That is impossible to do alone. I think you're gonna need at least a party of 4, but even then it's gonna be a little bit harder. These I like to call them super fates. These super fates have like a higher difficulty than usual. They have like this epic battle music to them, but then they reward some awesome stuff and in the end if you complete it. Highest rating, of course.
ああ、いいところに戻ってくれた。ちょうどお前の戦いぶりに思いを馳せていたのだ。一撃を来る際の肉体のしなりなどとてもいい。時が許せば差しで向き合い稽古をつけてもらいたいが、まずは報告を聞かねばな。氷の巫女について何か情報を得ることはできたか？うん。スノークローク代表壁でそのようなことが。あの辺りはクルザス中央高地の中でも気候変化の影響が色濃く現れた場所だ。そのため未だ一帯の全容は明らかになっていない。異端者にとっては良い隠れ家かもしれんな。一度早急に調査するよう進言すべきか。それにしても氷の巫女とは一体何者だ。異端者をまとめ上げるなど相当な実力者に思える。お前と共に追ってみるのも一興だが、現状では危険が過ぎるか。教皇庁の神殿騎士にも連絡し対策を願おう。新任の神殿騎士団長はなかなかに話のわかる人物だという。きっと適切な判断をされることだろう。いい情報を持ち帰ってくれた。感謝するぞ。お前は本当に真摯に働く。それが真実を呼ぶのだと友として誇りに思う。支援物資については本家に再度掛け合っているところだ。準備ができ次第そちらに送るとしよう。熱気にあふれるいい街になることを願ってな。
Alright. I appreciate the guy. He's an awesome character. Pretty sure the entire community loves the guy. But Yoshi P sure did a number on that guy, creating him. He really went to work with him. Oh boy, is that a character through and through. Mordona should be right there. Mind up, it's good to see you return to the THAL. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Quarthus? House pretempts has to send us a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Harshaphon for his continued generosity. Let me close the window because it's starting to actually get in. Yet, even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed and for power. All of us, Albion new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. Alright, I don't think... well, that is... eye level 110. I did buy a couple of eye level 130, but the rest is kind of like item level 90. So judging by the averages, I might need to replace a few. I don't need the helm, so it's gonna be the silver pieces for now. Alright, and the rest are kind of like the helms for the others. While you were away in Corthus, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed. Although Tutter does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stone and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? I am coming, Tataru. Matte kore. Anything for our favorite little tater. Tater. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Whew. I am sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, wind up. You startled me. You're still in the hand? Splendid. Will you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about rubbing and stool, and I haven't the time to track them all down. Recruits, you know, to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alpino if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Science will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Like, nothing beats the stuff you make for us, Tata. Nothing. Especially that Shadowbringer's gear. That was awesome. Probably didn't need to, UL'DAH. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. Giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. Here's your ultramarine uniform. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealthy aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. Okay. I need to talk to 8 recruits. Damn. Alright, here's Laurentis. I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Are they all NPCs? I doubt they're all NPCs. Ah, our new uniforms. I am reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. Yeah, wow, all of these are NPCs. Is that a red mage? Yeah, it's a red mage outfit. Alright. We have Alian. Sutter has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forwards. Is this still... well, no. Alright. Ah, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. I don't think we're all that lofty. I don't think we're lofty at all, to be honest. The Scarlet Guard makes me proud as a member of the Maelstrom, and a hardy defender of LIMSALOMINSA. And in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm and thought this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh, now that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. Alright. I don't believe we've met. I am Ildred, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Sure, the uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. Whatever you say, buddy. And there's Rio. Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was ya? I'd suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. No. I have a flying mount, thank you. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Ooh, Wilred. Little Alamigo could learn much from Revenant's toll, that this town can be still alive in the midst of such desolation. Here's your uniform, son. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Probably behind. Yep. Wind up, Shirogame. I'd say I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. Tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. Alright, I think that's all. I'm gonna open the window again. Keep playing with the window, opening just a tad bit. Then like closing it another little bit. Alright, so I think as soon as I enter the solar, a cutscene will proceed. Probably. I might be wrong. I might need to talk to someone for the cutscene to happen. Yes, okay. Yes, wind up. Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits? Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadths of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, wind up. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. Alright. Have a good night, Kai, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much for stopping by.
ここに集まったのは私の思いに賛同してくれた精鋭たちだ。我々暁の血盟と意志を一つにし、これからのエオルゼアを守っていくために先鋒となることを選んだ勇者たちだ。暁の下で国家間の垣根を越えた活動を行うグランドカンパニーエオルゼア先行組織クリスタルブレイブの設立を今ここに宣言する。 継ぐ万神の権限、蛮族との確執、アウトロー戦区、エオルゼアを取り巻く危機は何一つ去ってはいない。だからこそ我々は先駆けとなって立ち上がる。我々は暁の血盟とともにエオルゼアの守護者となるのだ。全てはエオルゼアのために。全てはエオルゼアのために。
設立おめでとう、アルフィノ。あ、いえ、クリスタルブレイブ総帥アルフィノ・ルベユール殿。
やめてくれたまえ。形だけの称号だよ。それ自体に何の意味もないさ。我々の目的は同じだ。神々に愛されし地、このエオルゼアの救済、共に尽力していこう。
ええ、これからもよろしくね。
All right.
クリスタルブレイブも動き出したわね。私たちも気を引き締め直さなきゃ。はい、私です。やはり委員会本部は消滅していたのね。でも島一つを消し去るなんて一体どうやって。それは本当なの？本当にクリルが見つかったのね。はあ、よかった。そう、状況は良くないのね。分かったわ。ウリエンジェさんには伝えておきます。また後で連絡するわね。ええ、それじゃ。バルデシオン委員会本部の調査団からの連絡よ。友人が見つかったって。まだ意識は戻らないようだけど無事でよかった。消滅したというバル島の周辺海域から未知の魔法の痕跡が出たらしいの。以前北ザナラーンで起きた古代魔法アルテマの痕跡に近いらしいけど、まさかアッシエンたちが。ガレマール帝国との戦いの後、マザークリスタルハイデリンの声を聞いた。そう、あなたにも聞こえないのね。私もなの。なんだかとても嫌な予感がするわ。ルイゾワ様、どうか暁をお守りください。
Alright. If it's another voice cutscene, like, I mean, I guess it was made like that on purpose anyway, so. Oh, it's not. Okay. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let's hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. could potentially, like, spare enough time to guard said transport. Maybe once, like, I could do that. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Hmm. Oh, hey, it's the Pope. Looks like he's looking at... Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Archifant knows. You can feel it. Alright, Eorzea defended. Ooh, Defender of Eorzea. Guardian of Eorzea would have been a good one too, but I guess that is still good. So we'll have Defender of Eorzea as the title, and I will be closing off at this point. This seems like a suitable point. Especially since I've run out of time, this works well. Alright, so if you have enjoyed the nonsense you have seen, you could follow me at the links here in chat. Here is my schedule. Tomorrow, hopefully at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, no, not 11. Is it 11? Yes, it's 11. It's gonna be Random Game Roulette. Tomorrow's game will be Stardew Valley. Right now, I am alternating between Genshin Impact and Stardew Valley, playing through these two games. So these are the two that I'm kind of dribbling between. Tomorrow will be a Stardew day. Also, feel free if you want me to see, if you want to see me play another game, like, definitely, my Twitter is right here. You could definitely send me a message telling me that, I could kind of see what games I can play, what games I cannot. Hopefully, soon-ish, I'll have a more organized system than this, but for now, this is what we have. So, this is good enough for now, I want to say. So, this is all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, whatever it is for you, wherever you are in the world. Until we meet again.